Hello. So if you didn't notice already, I've got the skinny pigs joined with me today. So it's like not a very nice day, to be honest. Today it's quite miserable and rainy, so I haven't vlogged. There's not much going on really. I'm not really doing anything with the pets today, so well, what I am doing is making hamster and gerbil food because I've run out yet again, even though I've just made some like recently. It goes down so quickly, so I thought I would answer some of your questions on Snapchat whilst I make the food, whilst I babysit the skinny pigs because they're naughty. I'm trusting you two to stay in the litter tray throughout the video, but who knows where you'll end up. I don't know. Oh, hello. You're so cute. Oh, funny story. Basically, yesterday I was going to put some oil on the skinny pigs because their skin is really dry at the minute again. So I was using the stuff that I made the other day. I spilled it and it all like spilled down my leg. So I just used it as a moisturiser for myself because, to be honest, it's the same stuff I would use to put on me. So yeah, that's interesting story for you there. The first question is, my gerbil got out 3 days ago. I don't know how, and I haven't heard or seen him. What do I do? Now, I think this is quite a common thing. They're such escape artists, especially more with hamsters. You don't tend to get it as much with gerbils, but I think the best thing to do, set up loads of different food traps. So fill like any containers, like preferably taller ones, make a little ladder, maybe use like a bendy bridge to get them up into the bucket, fill it with food, because obviously instinctively they're gonna try and sniff out food because, you know, they'll probably be starving if they haven't eaten in so long. So any food is gonna be a great thing to do. I would be careful if you have like dogs or cats around, because obviously given the chance they're probably going to try and catch them or something. So it's probably best if you know the sort of area in the house they might be or where you last saw them, then I would really look carefully, like, you know, inside cupboards, any little like holes or gaps they could squeeze through, because you'd be amazed the places that they end up, because they can just squeeze into the tiniest little spaces. It's actually so hot in here because I put the heating on full to, it's actually not part of the house, this is like an outdoor room. So this is where a lot of our guinea pigs used to live. Well, in fact, all our guinea pigs used to live out in this room, but we actually got their shed so they could live outdoors rather than like in this room, because yeah, it just works a lot better. Anyway, so I put the heating on full and it's now really warm because I didn't want the skinny pigs to get cold. So I'm just filling up this with some bird seed, which you saw me get the other day. Need 200 grams. Is that 200 grams? Not quite. Next question is, what do you feed your gerbils? Now, to be honest, well, you'll see what I'm making right now, just a mixture of grains and seeds. And then they occasionally get vegetables, they get forage if I have any, and they also get like fatty nuts and seeds as like a supplement to their diet. They're so great for them. And they also get the occasional like berries, like goji berries and stuff. My guinea pig is eating my other guinea pig's hair. Can he stop it? Right, so I've heard this quite a lot and I've seen this happen. I do believe, like, I know this is weird, but I think there's some like nutrients in the hair. I don't think they're doing it like just being mean, unless there's a difference. There's hair pulling where they'll pull it out from the root, and then there's the nibbling where they'll just like nibble off a little bit of the fur. But in general, I think the nibbling is just, they think they're getting some nutrition out of it, or they're confused maybe. So I wouldn't worry too much. I don't think it's a cause for concern, unless, as I say, it's hair pulling, because you don't want hair pulling. I'll leave them for a second and look where he is. Oh, come on. Come on, Bino. You're getting a bit too confident, I think. You might have to go back in the basket you were in before. Come on. You shouldn't really be on this table. Come on. Good boy. There you go. Why don't you want your carrot? You normally love carrot. Oh, there we go. They're eating now. You're so cute. Oh, sorry. Did that scare you? Oh, look at these two. guys up here so you can see them better. Because they're so cute, you want to see them. How do you litter train a stubborn rabbit? I've had the most tricky time litter training my rabbits, and it took so long. Like, at first they were completely fine, then I made some changes in the playhouse and they went really, like, they would just pee everywhere. Like, every day I was wiping it with kitchen roll, it was so annoying. But they've sorted themselves out and they're so good now. They always do it in the litter trays and it's amazing. So I would say having like a bigger open space, obviously you want to give them things to play with and stuff, but a more open space really helps because there's less like corners they can go down and stuff. And yeah, rabbits do like to pee in corners, so get yourself like a corner litter tray or put a litter tray in the corner because they like to weep quite high as well, so you don't want it spilling down the walls or anything. Another thing which I find has helped is having the hay rack right above the litter tray, because where they're going to spend more time, they're more likely to go to the toilet there. So I think that's really helped me, having a bigger open space rather than lots of little areas for them to go down, because then they just, yeah. So I also have the whole of the playhouse lined now, so it's so much easier to clean. Oh my god, that's gonna go flying everywhere. Oh, that smells really weird. It's really like earthy. Aww, you're so cute. So what's next? 5 grams. How much do rabbits cost a year? I actually made a video a while back on the kids channel, which I'm no longer using, about roughly how you work out. I mean, it's impossible, honestly, to say, right, it costs this much, because think about it, everyone's from a different country, everyone is sort of going to different shops, they will be prepared to pay different prices. Some people go to the vet, some people don't. Some people have a rabbit with health problems, meaning they have to spend more. So honestly, it's impossible, and it really varies depending on individuals and so many factors. Let's just say rabbits are potentially very expensive animals, because you think of all the supplies you need for them constantly, you think of the potential vet bills, and I would say, yeah, it's kind of similar to having 2 guinea pigs, but you've got the added price of the vaccinations and things like that. So they are probably more expensive, to be honest. They're not low budget pets, but like I say, it's just impossible because there's so many different things which could like affect, you know, how much it's going to cost. So yeah, sorry, it's not a very good reply. So the next question is, what's the best vegetables or fruit to start rabbits on? And I'm just going to say for rabbits and guinea pigs, or any animals, gerbils, hamsters, or any other animals that you have probably. So I would recommend starting off with vegetables which they can really easily digest. You don't want to cause problems to their digestion. So let's say they're not used to eating cabbage and you just give them a load of cabbage, that's going to probably cause a lot of gas and it could be quite painful for them. So what I recommend doing is, oh my elbow, starting off with something like carrot or apple or fennel, because they're so good on their digestive tract. So I think that's the best thing to start them on, but obviously anything you want to start off in moderation, and then just each day give them a bit more. If they tolerate it, you can start adding new vegetables in and stuff. I would also say don't go for anything too watery if they're not used to, you know, a lot of vegetables. I'm rescuing a rabbit for my friend very soon. I was wondering about bonding tips. So it depends if you mean like bonding with them yourself or bonding with other rabbits. Now I'm going to be completely honest, I don't have the experience bonding with other rabbits. I can link some resources if you want them. However, I've just not had that experience because I've adopted a bonded pair, so I think it would be unfair for me to say, oh, you need to do this, this and this. Even though I do have knowledge about it, I'm not going to share that because I haven't actually experienced it, and I feel I learn from experiences more than, you know, just research. So bonding with them yourself, I think the main thing you can do is hand feeding, and it's very simple. It literally just works like this. And I mean, they may be quite shy at first, but let me just move the camera so you can see. So they may be quite shy at first, but honestly, the more you do it, the better your relationship will be with your pets. And this goes for any animal really. It's such a good way to bond with them, and it's just such a great thing to do because they are always going to associate you with something positive, and that's surely the best way to go about it, because then they're seeing you as a good thing. And I just think it's helped so much with a lot of my animals. This next question is, do you think that animal therapy works? And I would say, you tell me. I mean, like, for me personally, like, it's helped so much. I think animals just give people a distraction, and it just means, like, I don't know, if things are getting a bit crazy in your own life, you can have an escape. And yeah, I don't mean this to get really deep, because it kind of gets a bit deep, but it's like, it gives you a distraction, gives you something to focus on, sort of gives you a purpose. And you know, if you wake up in the morning, you don't feel like doing anything. If you've got pets, that's your responsibility. And I think it really has helped so many people. I hear so many stories of people, you know, getting their lives back because of certain animals helping them. What was that book? It's called The Street Cat Named Bob, I think. And that was like a really interesting story about like how this guy got off the streets and stuff, and he basically built up this career writing books. And it's all about his cat and how he basically saved his life. So it's incredible what animals can do, really. I think it depends on individuals. Like for me personally, they just give me like a purpose and allow me to do so many amazing things. Like I wouldn't be here on YouTube without my animals. So for me, that's been like incredible. But I think it helps so many people. Like I mean, there's been a lot of studies done, hasn't there, to show that they can reduce stress and stuff. So I think it's quite incredible, and I definitely believe that they can have a big impact, really. So as it's getting to like the warmer season, quite a lot of people have been asking about foraging plants and how do I know if it's toxic or and I think people really stress out about it. Like, and I understand there's always that risk that you might pick something which isn't necessarily gonna be very well tolerated by their digestion, or you know, if it turns out to be a toxic plant. But honestly, I don't actually think you should worry too much, because as soon as you know how to identify something, it's like you go back and know exactly what it is. So take some guides with you, have a look on the internet. I actually have a guide myself on my website, which I'll link down below. The link's changed, by the way. A lot of people have been asking about that. I've changed the link so it fits in with my channel. Yeah, so I think that it's just like, what was I saying? Yeah, just, I would say go for it, but try and be quite confident in it. And the more you research, the more confident you'll feel. And then, yeah, it's honestly such a good thing to do to get them forage. So I think you kind of got to think of that rather than the fact you might end up picking something not too good for them. But I've never had any problems personally. I think the more you do it, the more confident you are when you're picking stuff. Because I don't do many of these sit down talky videos anymore, I kind of forget that my voice kind of goes after a while. Like, because I'm so used to doing the vlog style videos, it kind of saves your voice a bit. When you're constantly talking, it's like struggling to speak then. Do you guys want some hemp seeds? I think what they say about like hemp seeds is like they have in the shell, it's something called like silica, and it can actually help with their keeping their teeth worn out, which is interesting. I mean, at least it doesn't do anything bad to their teeth. So many people say like, oh, they'll choke on the seeds or they'll get it stuck in their teeth, and to me it's just, it doesn't make any sense. Like, think about it in nature, they always have the seeds off like different plants. When plants go into seed, you know, they create a seed, and the guinea pigs or rabbits in nature will be eating that. So I think it is an interesting concept, like people assume they can't have seeds. But like I say, it depends, you know, they're definitely a good addition if you feed them in moderation. Like with the skinnies, like they definitely need the extra fats, good for their coat, and also keeping the weights up, because they can lose weight quite easily, can the skinny pigs, so it just helps. I feel like I'm disappearing under stuff, like I've just got packets over. I don't even think you can see on the camera, but I've got like packets out all over the table. And let's answer some more questions. So, where do you buy your CNC cages? Oh my god, this is the most asked question ever. Literally, like, I get this question on a daily basis. I get my CNC grids, I'm going to link it below. It's meshcube.co.uk and it's Grendel Enterprises on eBay. It was like it was quite expensive, but at the time I think it was really good value because there wasn't really anything else out there, especially if you're in the UK. It's really hard to get hold of them, so I think it's been such a good set, and I would definitely recommend getting it from there. Like, I would buy from them again. Is Carefresh bedding okay to use for guinea pigs? Yeah, it's safe to use, but I just think it's extremely expensive. It blows my mind how people come out of like pet shops with these tiny packets of stuff, and then I'm going to like the horse place with like a massive bale, which is even cheaper than these tiny bags of like Carefresh. So I don't have anything against the brand Carefresh, it's just, well, the only thing I have against them is the price, really, to be honest. Out of all your pets, what's the best for kids? Now, this is probably going to be a very controversial topic because some people have different opinions if kids should even have pets. And what I say to that is, I don't think responsibility necessarily like can be like defined by your age, if that makes sense. So I think like, oh no, so I'm just going to sit here so you can get a better view of the skinny pigs, unless of course they decide to jump out like this one. So best for kids. Right, I think it depends on each child. Some kids are really responsible, and at the end of the day I see parents coming out of like pet shops all the time with these tiny cages. They haven't done any research or anything. So I think if the kid's responsible, like as a parent, you can decide what you think's best. I mean, I think guinea pigs are quite sort of, I don't think they're easy pets to look after, I've learnt, and I think there isn't really that much knowledge about them, especially I'm talking like in vets and stuff, unless they specialise in them, which you don't get many of. I think guinea pigs can be complicated. I honestly think gerbils make great kids' pets because they're so low maintenance. You get rewarding time with them. They're not the best for handling, but they can be if you're patient with them. I just think they're great fun to watch, and I think they're really good children's pets. This is funny. How do you stop Vinny barking? The answer to that is we don't. We don't, because Vinny has a very persistent bark, and nothing you can do will make a slight difference, because it's normally when he sees Jasper and he goes absolutely crazy. So I don't know. If you guys know how to stop your dogs barking when you have one like Vinny, let me know. I would love to know because yeah, I would love to know. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. As always, thanks for the support. It's been so lovely for you guys to be like supporting my channel, and recently it's been so nice, you know, with all the changes and everything. It's been so positive, and I really like having this positive community of people. So as always, thank you for being so positive, especially with all the lovely messages and comments I get. And yeah, thanks for watching. Hopefully I'll be back to vlogging soon. I've just had nothing to film. Although we are going to go back to that woodland place, as I said, to get some wood chips for the guinea pigs enclosure. So I could do like a setting up the guinea pig enclosure if you want to see that, seeing as it needs like a big clean out. So yeah, that's something to look forward to. And yeah, I will see you guys soon, hopefully. Bye.